Hi guys, welcome back. So last video I received, opened and fitted this diesel heater, and I have to say it's absolutely lovely in here. So the temperature in here at the moment is 7.2. The thermometer's over there on the bench, so the opposite side of the workshop from the heater. When I came in here maybe about 40 minutes ago, it was 4.8. So we've gone up 3 degrees. A couple of things. First of all, thank you for all the messages you sent me on the back of last video. Really useful information you guys threw my way. I've been reading all your comments and taking on board your comments. Now I've made a decision that I'm going to put this heater under the window down there, but I'm going to finish the ceiling at that end first before I do that. So for now it's just going to stay there. So I've used that half a sheet of plasterboard that I had lying around, and to be honest, I'm fed up of moving it around, and just made a little box behind it just to keep the dust away from it. Now I've not done anything more on the outside from what I did a couple of days ago. I spent all day today cutting and chopping firewood for the cold spell that's on its way. You see there's only 4 screws holding that front on, and the top isn't even fixed on, so I can take the top off to fill it full of diesel. When it turns on, it comes on to heat setting 3 as a default. You can turn it down to 2 or 1, or you can turn it all the way up to 6. I've left a big hole under here, so I've got some air suction under here, but hopefully it'll stop everything picking up dust, because I actually want to run the saw in a minute. And like a numpty, I forgot to press record for the first bit of it, but basically I've just put 2 sides on, this front on and the top's loose. I'm happy it's protected, and I'm going to crack on and cut some wood. So I'm going to do 2 things this evening. First of all, I need to cut some wood for the bathroom build, some of my tongue groove boarding to form a niche, and then I've got that timber for tomorrow, because tomorrow's Sunday and it's the quiet days. Also, I'm going to cut the tilting fillet for the back of the workshop. Hopefully try and start doing some boarding and insulation. Okay, so I think I'll call that it for tonight. Got the first 2 boards on the ceiling. I think because these are different batches, it's just not going together correctly. So I'll take them off tomorrow, run the shoulder plane down, just thin the tongue a little bit, and then it'll go together a little better. It's actually pushing out at that end. So I'll put the laser down, and actually the back wall's straight, and the board joints on the first 2 boards are straight, but the second one's just opening up, so I'll just loosen them joints and then it'll go together. Once I get them 2 in, I can start to insulate the ceiling. At the moment there's a right cold hoolie blowing across the top of these boards, so I'll get these 2 boards in, get them fixed off, then I'm going to stuff some insulation, as much insulation as I can, down in the void, and then put the bats up here. I'll probably just put some bits of lat or something up here just to support this end of the bat, and then as I build the ceiling out I can just remove them. I think I've got a duff batch there. I keep buying these €29 packs instead of the €55 packs, 55 being perfect. And I got 2 boards in here, the other 3 are not very good at all. However, I need these pieces for the bathroom so I can cut the pieces from them. I have only got 1 more pack left of the stuff I bought over the Christmas period, so I'm not going to have enough to build out this ceiling anyway. And I'll see you again in the morning when I pick up this. Morning guys, how are you all doing? It is Sunday morning, it's 2.6 degrees in here, so whilst I've made a cup of tea and just sort the girls' breakfast out, the temperature's gone up just over 2 degrees. And this morning I've got a little bit of quieter work to do. I cut the wood last night I need for the bathroom, so I need to just ease the edges of them and then I can take them up and install them later in the day maybe. During that process I just want to show you a couple of tools that Banggood have sent me, and then we're going to ease the joints on these boards and start to put the ceiling together. Right, let's get on rather than standing about. Too much. You like them, Bo? Oh, the plane's cold. What have you got? Where you got that from? So I've got 2 tools here that I just quickly want to show you. And for those who saw my videos before Christmas, I opened a couple of Hongdui tools. First of all, the mitre guide on the saw, and secondly, the little router plane, which is a really nice little plane. Somebody pointed out that the serial number of the plane contained a KM and stood for Cat Moses, and I didn't know that, so thank you for that. Prompted me to go to Hongdui's website and see what else they had that Misha Cat Moses had been involved with, and I found another tool, so I said to my friends at Banggood, can I have one of them? And there they are. But firstly, the product that we're going to have a look at today, which is quite interesting, is this little chamfer plane. The reason I wanted to have a look at this is for years my go-to tool for putting a chamfer on something, just easing the arris on the end of timber, is my block plane. I love my block plane, it's one of my favourite tools, and I've joked before that when you've got your block plane in your hand you feel like a proper joiner. But when I saw this I thought I'll just have a little look at this. So it comes in a nice little box and we've got a little adjustment, and the good thing about that is I hate grub screws. I've said before I hate grub screws. It's a grub screw without an Allen key. It's a what they call it, a star. Word will come to me in a minute. I can't remember. It's early Sunday morning guys, I can't remember. And then so this is the plane. Now what intrigued me about this lot, first of all, it's got 2 blades in, these little tiny blades that you can undo and turn round when they get a bit dull. But what I quite like about it is on this side we've got a straightforward blade, so I can put a chamfer on. Oi, we're not fighting on film, Bo. So the straight blade puts a straightforward chamfer on, but what there is on the other side is a means to put a little pencil round on. I'm always a chamfer guy, but maybe some people are pencil round guys, let me know. So let's put a couple on these pieces of timber. So there's a little lock there, if you can see that, it says loose tighten. Lefty loose it, righty tight it, and that knob turns out the pencil round one, and that knob turns the chamfer one. So let's wind one of them back in. In fact, I've got the chamfer one out. There's a little index here, shows you how much you're winding it in and out in inches on one side, metric on the other. Let's start with a 1 miller. Lock it off. Still too much, much too much. Much too much, much too young. No song about that one. I'll turn it the other way around because the grain direction obviously wants to be the other way around. It's better. Wind it out a bit now. Give it a little bit more. Oh, you're back, are you? That's nice. One last thing, 3mm. You think to that then, Bo? You're looking cute under there. Let's wind that one back in and let's go for the pencil round. 2mm. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, it's a bit less aggressive, the pencil round. I might be a convert here to pencil rounds. Look at that, Bobo. That's bare. Actually, I like the round. It's for a 4mm then. I would say the pencil round actually probably feels more tactile. I prefer the look of the chamfer, and of course I can do the chamfer with my block plane, but I couldn't do that with my block plane. Well, I suppose I could if I was really careful and took multiple passes at it. Just do the same with the other piece then so it matches. Putting the round on the face. The only problem with hand tools at the moment is everything is really cold. The air temperature is getting warmer. We are up to a whopping 3.4 degrees. Feels okay in here. Don't feel too cold. You need a lot of consistent temperature in your workshop before the hand tools stop feeling cold. Might have been a bit aggressive with that one. You back in now, Gracie? Interesting, you like to be in here a bit more now it's warm. Maybe it should be a new feature of the channel, Sunday morning quiet. That's that done. I like that, it's nice. It actually feels really nice in the hand as well. It's kind of got enough weight about it to make it feel really nice. Because the blades are new and really sharp, it feels really nice. See that? Chamfer that side, pencil round that side. Just put him back in his little box. I like these little hard cases that these tools come in. They just make it package nice. Another tool for the new shelves when I get round to building them. Right, tool number 2. And this is a Cat Moses collaboration. Same box. And this is... Oh, a little knocking stick. I'm sure Mr. Cat Moses doesn't call it a knocking stick. It's heavy. KM18. Wow, that is so heavy. Brass faced. These remove. Try not to drop it with my cold hands. That is weighty. And then you can put a nylon version on, which is nice. So let's have a little play on a bit of scrap. A spanner to tighten your heads up. We need to tighten his heads up every now and again, don't we, Gracie? Why you all dithery? I'm blinking freezing. I'm going to play out with the chickens, Gracie. You need to dog up. Wow, right, let's just give something a whack. It's obviously not something you're going to give a big whack clout to. Won't be knocking the boards in here. I suppose I could do. Micro adjust it. How many words can you think of for hammer? Hammer, mallet, micro adjuster, knocking stick. This little beauty here. It's a lovely chisel, this one. This one my granddad's. It's got a lovely weight to it. Just feels really nice and tactile in the hands. A little stumpy handle would be better, of course, if you had both brass or nylon heads on it. Makes it a little bit uneven with the... Just feel a little bit unbalanced with opposite heads on. Let's put the brass one back on. I don't know how much this weighs, I'll have to have a look on the website, but it must be, I don't know, half a kilo that. You can get plenty of purchase behind it, because you've not got a long handle on it. You're not taking a huge swing at things, but also it's really controllable and really tactile. It's two little tools that just add a bit of fun and a bit of function to the workshop, which will be good for things like cutting dovetails or cutting finer joinery. I'm sure we'll get to use this soon when we're not in the midst of large-scale construction. Well, I'm going to go and have my breakfast, and when I come back from my breakfast I'm going to joint these boards up here, and then I can get them fixed, and then we can start putting some insulation in. Okay, so I've eased the joints, but I'm not 100% happy. This board almost fits the back of the barn, but in that corner there's a gap about 1/4 of an inch maybe. The wall has obviously got a little bit of a belly here, so I think I can just run a pencil line round and then just take it back to the bench and just scribe this board so the whole thing just goes back. Problem is, if I don't get this step right and the first board's on right, then none of it's going to be right, is it? Right then, let's see if that fits now then. $35 1/8, $35 1/8. So it was really worthwhile last weekend spending time setting this out, because now I've got the first 2 row of boards on. I can tell that up to the break of the ceiling is parallel all the way across, which is exactly what we wanted. A little bit laborious last weekend, but it's paying dividends now. So the next thing I'm going to do, and probably the last thing for this video, is I'm going to start to stuff this hole here full of insulation. I've got some off-cut pieces, so I think I'm going to just stuff, see the insulation there behind the wall? I'm going to stuff in there as much as I can. So I've got 3 and a little bit of a bat, and then I've got a new pack. So I think what I'll do is, I think I'll use them 3 and a bit and put them in the ceiling, then they're out of the way, and then I'm going to carry on with this bit of the ceiling, and once I get all the ceiling frame, then I'll open the other pack. So I think I'll put that insulation in, and then I think that'll be it for today. Right, that's my 4 pieces of insulation in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've insulated into the eaves right up to here. So I'm not going to open that other pack yet. So in the next video I'm going to frame this, and then I'm going to have to just pull some of these cables around, which is good, it'll stop them all hanging about. Thinking once this ceiling's finished I'll be able to make some racks to mount my tracks, to have some kind of rack up there just to hold them to the ceiling. Set the heater up the other day, only half filled the tank. It's actually just run out of fuel, so I've probably been running that for about 8 hours on and off for half a tank of fuel. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, give me a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing if you want to see some more of this build. Thank you to Banggood for sending me these tools. The link as usual will be in the description, and I'll catch you on the next video, guys. See you later. Bye.